Hello, here we are again for another, what I hope will be educational, fabulous, challenging play date. How's everybody doing today? Looks like we already have, oh my gosh, 25 people waiting. So let me say some hellos, get myself situated. I'm like doing the thing like I do every week where I'm running around, sit down at the last minute just in time to hit that go live button. So let's see what we have in here. We have Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Chris, Elemental Cartomancy. Nice to see you. Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. Kay, hi. Richard Longman Tarot. Nice to see you. John T, hello. I'm having a nice weekend. How was yours? Nice to see you. I feel like we haven't seen you in a few weeks, so I'm glad you're here. Let's see. We have Emily here. Hi. Kim, hi. Let's see. Tyken Light Moon, hello. Val T is here. Hi. White Tree Tarot. Hello, hello. I want to say good morning, but it's not good morning everywhere. Becca, hi, Becca. Let's see, who else do we have? Got our inner chat hellos happening. I may have made it through most of the list. Neem is here, Essence 818. Hi, Neem. My chat just jumped on me. All right, let's see. Neem was way up here. Where'd you go? No. Okay, it's like all of a sudden. All right, so I said, wait, okay, I got that one. I got that one. Bear with. Patrice, hi, Patrice. Happy birthday to Vernetta. Oh, you may, I don't even know if you're here to hear that, but I wanted to say happy birthday to Vernetta, Patrice's wife. And let's see, who else do we have here? Sage Advice Shared, hello. Good afternoon for Kay. Okay, all right. Aquarius Owl, Saskia, hi. Now, if I remember right, Saskia, because you posted on my Q&A video, so this is what, your second play date? Is that right? Glad to have you here. Donna, hello. Jonathan, aloha. Sarah Waterchild Tarot, nice to see you. Melanie Oak Mama, hello. Oh, good evening for you. I like that you guys are telling me kind of where you're at. I know over in the UK it's nighttime. Well, evening time anyway. All right, I hope I didn't miss anybody. The chat's doing the jumpy thing. Okay, we're gonna have to use the mouse. I'm trying to be lazy and not use the mouse. Ella's here. Good morning. I would say good morning to you because I know you wake up around the same time I do. Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie. We're gonna have a play date today, aren't we? Emily's Tarot Magic. Hello. Oh, that's your new channel, isn't it, Emily? Okay, at least I'm guessing. You'll have to tell me if I'm misunderstanding who you are, but I'm pretty sure that's our usual Emily. Let's see here. Anybody else? Sean's here. Good morning, Sean. I know I can say good morning to you because you're in my time zone, and so is Kim. All right, Julie Daniels. Hi, Julie. My gosh, we have a big crowd today. If I missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Wave at me again because I made it to the bottom, for better or worse. I don't know if it skipped. I don't know if I got there. All right, you ready for the recap? Last week, we had the fantastic Tower. And this was great. I saw so many Tower cards being posted in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. Oh, we have a couple of you from Sweden. Hi, Alana. Nice to see you. Mindy's here. Yeah. You know, you just never know what's going to happen in Playdate. But did anybody have this card kind of show up for them this week? I just want, like, I don't know that I got this card 2 nights. I remember I got it when I did a tarot reading with a friend of mine. We did tarot readings kind of related to everything that was going on in the world. That was the day that Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away here in the US, and which was a big deal for us. And I had gotten the Tower card that night, like at the 10 of Swords, like it was some kind of reading. So I guess I wasn't really surprised to see this come up on Sunday. It didn't come up for me during the week, but I felt like it was just like it was a week. I don't know if anybody else felt like that, but it was a week. Jamie, hello, by the way, am also ready to leave this card behind. And you know what? We're not going to get it again. So we have done it. We pulled the Band-Aid off. Sarah says, I got this card 4 times this week, twice in readings for others, twice in readings done for me. So, you know, it was such a tough week. I know. I'm so sorry. All right. You got it reversed for a friend of yours. Well, What do we think about the tower? Well, we talked about the tower reverse. I can't do that. All right, let's not go backwards. Let's go forward. Hey, Chris, Barely Balanced Tarot. Nice to see you in here. I don't know if I missed anyone else that's coming in, but I think we are about, yeah, when the skies, yeah, it's just kind of a mess. All right, so let's move on from the tower and let's embrace a new card this week. I mean, it doesn't get much more challenging than that, right? So like I like to do every week, we want to gather a list. Leave it? Leave what? No, Jen, leave it. Leave the tower? No, we want to leave it behind, right? I don't know if I'm missing the meaning of your comment there, Elizabeth. But what I need from y'all are 5 questions. And last week, as what happens every week, it's a little slow. Everybody's a little hesitant to put their questions. And then I get a whole ton, and then I end up not being able to take them all. So if you had one last week that still seems relevant this week, feel free to bring it. Yes, we are leaving that tower behind. It is time to move on and move forward. Can't go back. Like, don't look back. We're not going that way, right? I love that quote. All right, so does anybody have, and if you can type it in all caps so I don't miss it, and thank you all to making sure, or for helping to make sure that I don't miss people's, because sometimes I do. All right, Longman Tarot, Richard and Aquarius Owl are showing you how it's done here. All right, so from Richard Longman, that's how I'm going to say it? All right, how can we best reassure and calm the people we meet this week? Do we need to do that? Okay, well, if you're asking the question, it's probably going to come up. How can we best reassure and calm the people we meet this week? So if we find ourselves having to offer reassurance to people, how can we do that? I like that question. That's a new one. All right, and then from Aquarius Owl. Why can't I spell it? Okay, I can spell it. How can we enhance our creativity this week? I have the chat paused, so our creativity this week. I'm trying really hard to get more creative, but I was in a funk last week. All right. Oh, Miss Pyramid, a new name here. Hello. Sophie Montero's here. Hi, Sophie. All right, let's see. Well, don't jump, don't do it. Okay, so Aquarius Owl, and then Kathy Peterson. Hi, Kathy. All right, we have, how do you get your energy back after the tarot, right? The star. Wouldn't that be funny if we got the star today? Okay, how do you get your energy back after the tower? Okay. All right, so I have 2 more. So if there's more than 2 in the chat, then okay. And then scrolling. Jonathan, you've been on the lead, but I know you've passed up your questions sometimes too. Oh, but it looks like I've got 2 more. So from Emily, we have, how can we shift our perspectives if we find ourselves challenged this week? Oh, I like that one a lot. How can we, I'm a big fan of that. How can we shift our perspectives? I always feel like I write so slow, but I figure it gives you guys a chance to say hello to one another, chat amongst yourselves. If we find ourselves challenged this week, I don't know how in this day and age we just don't find ourselves challenged, you know? Like, does anybody not feel challenged right now? Okay, this week. And then question number 5 from Oak Mama. How can we connect with our ancestors to heal the wounds in world consciousness? So we're going to solve all the problems of the world today here in Playdate. I mean, go big or go home, I say. I love that. Okay, how can we... I don't do a lot of ancestor work, but I'm thinking about it. Because sometimes I'm like, can they even help me? You know, ancestors. This is going to be quite a card draw today, I feel like. To heal the wounds in our world consciousness. So do you think that they would say, do as we did, or don't do what we did? You know, we will find out. All right, so we have 5 questions. Let me see. Tarot Tales, hi Jax, nice to see you. See, Wendy's here. Hi, Wendy. Oh, did it jump? Did it jump, or is that just nope? You didn't miss the card pull. Okay, Alana, I had 5 questions, but bring it back for me next week. All right, let's see. Oh, it really did jump. Okay, as per usual. I have to admit though, I feel validated when I watch other people's lives and they say the same thing, because then I don't feel bad thinking it's just me. All right. Here's to hoping too that our stream doesn't cut out in the middle. I'm gonna knock on some wood. Thank you, Jonathan. I got this at the Northwest Tarot Symposium this year, and I forget to wear it a lot, but little extra labradorite, and I got a little extra labradorite on my ears today. I'm all crystalled up. I've got fluorite, and then I've got shungite. Like, I don't even know what kind of energy I want to embrace, so I figured I would embrace all of them. So, all right. Here we go. All right, so from Richard Longman Tarot, how can we best reassure and calm the people we meet this week? It's getting harder and harder to shuffle. From Aquarius Owl, how can we enhance our creativity this week? From Kathy Peterson, how do you get your energy back after the Tower? From Emily, how can we shift our perspectives if we find ourselves challenged this week? And from Oak Mama, how can we connect with our ancestors to heal the wounds in our world consciousness? Ending on a high note there, I think. I feel like I've been getting better. I should probably not say this out loud about not dropping cards. Nobody, but maybe it's just because the deck is getting smaller. I don't know. Last night I had a friend of mine come over, and she knows I have a YouTube channel, and I was explaining to her, she asked me, she said something about how she's really klutzy. And I said, well, I'm really klutzy too. She said, are you? And I said, oh, the people who watch my channel, they know. So I played for her the compilation video that I did back in January or February. I think it was around February. No, it was after March. No, I don't know what it was, but Elle helped me put together the compilation video of like all my dropsies by that point. And that was kind of fun to have her watch that. She's like, oh, you are a klutz. All right, here we go. How can we best reassure and calm the people we meet? How can we enhance our creativity this week? How do you get your energy back after the Tower? How can we shift our perspectives if we find ourselves challenged this week? And how can we connect with our ancestors to heal the wounds in our world consciousness? Let's see what we get. The Wheel of Fortune. This, I think, is going to be a challenging card for me. All right. What do you think? Another major, though. Another major. And I feel like this is appropriate, right? What are our first thoughts, impressions, instant feelings about this card? Sandra says, cool. Elle says, I'm so bad with this card, which is why we're here to help, right? Emily says, I find this one challenging too. That's my soul card, Oklahoma, like your mathematical birth soul card, or a card that you really connect with. Challenging, says Sean. Yay, says Alana. Cool, says TCAT. We haven't turned the corner yet. Yes, but the wheel is turning, isn't it? Just like it always does. All right, let me pull out our melanated. Not forgetting this week. I'm really interested to see it. How, oh, it's so pretty. It's just always so much, it's always so much prettier. All right, we got the melanated classic here. Even though we don't really have people in this card, we're still going to show it just so you can see. Look at those bold, vibrant colors in that particular card. I'm not sure if it's really going to lend a lot of additional meaning, but I'll go ahead and show them both for now. All right, let's see what else you guys say here. Sarah says, so appropriate. We keep turning on all the problems of the world and not solving anything. Karma, what goes around comes around, says Aquarius Owl. I love the wheel, says Val. Elizabeth says, yay. Mindy, Artistry of Tarot says my life path card. Karma says Essence. Birth soul card. Okay. Sandra, appreciating the melanated classic. Emily says, I think it really forces us to bring a mirror up to ourselves. Jackie says, need help with this card. Jackie, we're here. We're all going to help each other like we usually do. Yeah, it is so pretty. Kay says the wheel can be helpful if we let it. Possibilities. Now, I think a lot of times our first impressions of the wheel often center around our feelings about change, and maybe how we can embrace that, right? Some people really, we kind of talked about this with the tower, right? It's like, how much do we like change? So, this I feel like is change, but it's sort of that constant change versus the tower, which is that abrupt change. This is more like the slow, the slow revolution, right? Chris says, it's a lesson for me is to not get too hung up on how things are and don't ever let yourself feel entitled. Ultimately, chaos wins out. Make the best of what you've got. Change in circumstances, says Neem. Elle's drooling over the melanated as well. It really is pretty. Mindy says, nothing is permanent. Everything changes, right? The only constant in life is change, right? Chris Yao, barely balanced, says the wheels lesson, good or bad, this too shall pass. Exactly. We can't hold on too tightly to the happy moments, and we have to remember that the harder moments won't last, right? Sophie says, always brings the Journey song into my head. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. No, not just you. I hear it. Of course, you help bring it to mind, I will say. Jonathan, the Wheel of Fortune is the first card we encounter in the deck without people, and the setting is up in the clouds. The subject of focus clearly has shifted from man to divine and is the main reason the wheel starts a new group set in the majors. Well, it depends on how you break up the majors too, though, right? Because if we look at like the sets of 7, this is 10, right? So in our second set. So which grouping are you referring to, Jonathan? Mendy says, enjoy when you are up and know it's temporary when you are down, right? A lot of times we struggle most with the wheel when we're hanging on and trying to prevent it from turning. Let's see here. We scrolled way far past. Okay, there was Elle drooling over the melanated. I get him back. Wendy, change is constant, accept the changes rather than resist. It's how you deal with the changes that's important. Exactly. Jenna, oh, maybe we can put you to, no, let's not put Jenna to sleep at Tarot Playdate. That would mean it was not a very good playdate, but I'm so sorry you were up all night, my friend. I was dreaming a lot. Let me just tell you, maybe this is how the tower showed up for me. I dealt with some stuff in my subconscious last night. Actually, I'm going to just say it. I dealt with some shit in my subconscious last night. And I woke up feeling like I solved many of my problems, which is very interesting sometimes with sleep and dreaming, right? All right. So Val, wheel is reassuring to me, words, difficult circumstances won't last forever. Yes. Tanya Riley. Hi, Tanya. Or Tanya? I'm not sure. Long O, short O. I love the Wheel of Fortune in the Anna K deck. Ah, yes. I don't have that one as one of my decks today. So if you are in our Tarot Playdate Facebook group, feel free to post a picture. Or if not, Elle will tell you how to join. Elle says, we can't control change, but we are in control of how we respond or react. Exactly. Jonathan says, the removal of people in the sky cloudy scene gives us the impression that this card represents something higher than mankind and is outside mankind's control, right? We don't see people turning the wheel here, right? We don't see somebody wrenching on it. And it says, in this card, the wheel is already turning because all your previous actions are manifesting your very moment. So all you can do is move forward and do better, right? Don't look back. We're not going that way. Hi, Brant. Nice to see you. That's Moon Baby, for those who may not know in the chat here. Let's see. Alana says, success is just around the corner. Keep strong, moving, and determined. When we work together in love, we keep the world moving around successfully. Oh, I love that. Yes. This card always reminds me of knife throwing at the circus. I see what you're saying, Becca, and it's a lot of that is chance, right? So we talk about like the Wheel of Fortune also, we haven't really talked about it yet, representing fortune or luck, right? So I'd be interested to see what you guys think about that aspect of it. Pamela Ramsey. I feel like we have a lot of new names in Playdate. Hi, welcome in. All figures in the four corners are holding a book, which I associate with study, education, learning, etc. Needed now. Boy, is it ever, right? There are so many big conversations that were happening right now. And the conversations, if we don't educate ourselves, then how can we participate meaningfully in those conversations? And how can we affect the changes that we need to affect, right? If we come at it from a non-educated perspective, then we're just like blowing some hot air, right? Let's see here. That's a Wheel of Fortune indeed. That's exactly what I was thinking, Chris. All right. Or else. Jenna's threatening people. That's my Rottweiler friend right there. White Tree Tarot. This somehow reminds me of a Forrest Gump quote. I don't know if we each have a destiny or if we're all just floating around accidental like on a breeze, but I think maybe it's both. Oh, you know, there were some really wise quotes in that, weren't there? Sarah says, that's great. I love it when we finally manage to kick some crap in our dreams. Oh boy, I must be really behind in the chat. I'm sorry. Thanks for bearing with me as I catch up. You guys have a lot of good stuff to say. Yeah, I mean, if you can solve stuff while you sleep, it's just very efficient, isn't it? Elizabeth, the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that change is inevitable. However, things are now, they will most definitely not stay the same forever, right? Whether those are good things or whether those are bad things. Chris, I've never hit that button so fast. See? Thank you for posting the link to the Facebook group, Elle. I really appreciate that. Jonathan, this card is directly associated with the Roman goddess Varuna, who was the personification of luck and fortune, would turn the wheel and would cause great losses for some and great gains for others, right? Somebody's on top. Wait, I can't point the camera. Somebody's on top and somebody's on the bottom, right? Kind of getting run over by that wheel sometimes. Is the wheel running over the devil? Well, that's funny, Julie, right? Is he rolling with it or is he getting run over? Perspective. T-Cat says, to my eyes, this card is like a universal trickster. It encourages to be brave and take a risk, but never gives any promises of the outcomes or the outcome. With this card, you never know how things will end up. True. Food for thought. It's all in the lap of the gods. They have plans that you may not understand yet, says Longman Tarot. Hi, Zane, the Toke Witch is here. Nice to see you. Uh-oh, Jumpy. Okay, stay here. Elizabeth says, it advises you to center yourself so that you can stay calm and make good decisions when your world seems like it is spinning out of control. Thank you, Tanya, for posting in there. All right. Robert M. Place writes about the Roman goddess Fortuna. Okay, good information for those who want to explore more about that. Man plans and God laughs, says Donna. You know, sometimes I bet we are very much being laughed at. I would not be at all surprised. Jonathan says the image of the wheel is symbolic of turning, change, and movement. Movement is the sense, not that you are moving between places, but movement in this situation is gaining motion and is changing, right? It's not necessarily a lateral directional change or a linear, that's the word I want, a linear change, right? It's cyclical, this Wheel of Fortune, isn't it? El, the god Anubis, the guy being run over, accompanies souls on their way to reincarnation. He stands for the positive constructive principle. Seth and Anubis equals the ups and downs of fate. Ooh, I like that. Okay, ooh, did I get all caught up? I did. So, shall we look a little closer at some of the symbols in this card? Let's take a nice close look because I think there's a lot to see that we might not always see. Let's see if we can get some focus. Oh, there we go. All right, so 2 corner figures. Our Sphinx with a sword. So is this an eagle? Is that what we think that is? And then an angel here, both with books like we talked about earlier. Then we have the snake looking like it's coming down the side of the wheel. Definitely I have to make sure because I'm looking at this backwards. So a counterclockwise motion, is that the way that this wheel is supposed to turn? Do we even know that? And then we have our bottom figures here. Is that a winged bull? And what is this one? And then, of course, we have our letters here in the middle, which I have to remember what they are because sometimes it looks like tarot to me. T-A-R. I'm looking at it backwards again. And then these symbols in the middle. So I have not studied this card nearly as much. Welcome to newbie, showing you cards on the screen here. But I think there's a lot for us to dive into here. So if anybody wants to share what they know, I also have here, and Simon, I think, is still hanging out with his buddy. Do you have the handy dandy ultimate guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith? And maybe we can dive into some of the symbols that are here in this card. And I'll pull up this other one too. Again, I love the clarity in this card. So I'll pull this one up close too, because you might spot something that you didn't see in the other one. Come on. There we go. Oh, is that see, now that looks like a phoenix to me, but I love me a phoenix. So maybe that's just what I want to see. Oh, a lion. That's a lion. See, it does help to have both. All right, so let's see what you all been saying here as I was showing all of that. Oh, okay, we've got some good stuff in here. Jonathan said, change is a core concept of the Wheel of Fortune. Things are not fixed or static, but ever changing and flowing. Exactly. L, the snake Typhon or Seth. Seth was seen, so this is the snake. Seth was seen as personification of evil and destruction. His Greek name is Typhon or Typhon. Oh, my pronunciation sometimes. He is indicative of a negative or downward principle. Emily asks, is that Sekhmet? Does somebody know the answer to that question? Everyone's got a book. Yes, you know, we were talking earlier about the importance of educating ourselves. And I don't know that I really noticed in this card before that everyone had a book. So that's kind of a new one for me. A lion. Yes. I agree. It's a lion. Alana says, to continue with my previous answer, as we collaborate together, learning and teaching each other, using our experiences and lessons learned, we help us all ascend, change, and achieve success. Yeah, T-A-R-O. Oh, right, because it's just in these corners. Okay, that's right. I was trying to like read these letters that are in the, or I guess these are in the directionals, right? East, west, north, and south. And I was trying to look at the corners. The four corners represent the four gospel writers, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Oh, interesting. These winged figures are from the Christian esoterica of the Golden Dawn, which makes sense. Okay, see, I still haven't really done a ton of reading about the Golden Dawn, so I'm only picking up on these things that I hear, so that's really, really interesting. The four corners are the same as the world: angel, eagle, lion, and bull. Thank you, Chris. Of course. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell that. Tarot, if you continue around the world, you know, sometimes the caps lock is just a thing, you know. Let's see, Chris, the other Chris says they're all reading books. What is the significance of that? Does it talk about it in the book, Elle, I wonder? L, four elements, four evangelists: Luke, bull, art and earth, Mark, lion and fire, John, eagle and water, Matthew, angel and air. I read that in a weird way, but if you look at her comment in the chat, she's in blue. Hopefully you can get the emphasis right there. Sarah Waterchild Tarot says, the other characters on the wheel, four Hebrew alphabet letters that spell the name of the divine. GD, or okay, got it. I don't know Hebrew either. There is a lot of that I know, though, in the tarot. Jonathan, inside the wheel, we see the Tetragrammaton. That's a word. The Hebrew letters that spell the four-letter name of God. We can see the four letters as the four elements that all things are comprised of. Elizabeth says, wow, there's so much about the symbols in the book. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of symbols on this card. That is for darn sure. I'm looking at it here really quick just to kind of show people how much information is like covered in the book with all these different symbols, right? It's handy, that ultimate guide. Donna says, I read somewhere that the figures in the corners are related to the visions of Ezekiel. Oh, that's interesting. Elle says the Sphinx with the sword, mythical mystery consisting of the four elements, is a reflection of the image as a whole. The Sphinx is the expression, or is an expression of unity in diversity. Well, how appropriate is that for right now, right? Julie says, yes, never noticed the books before, and many books don't mention them. Yeah, are we taking it for granted that they all are learning along the way, right? Wendy says, if tarot, T-A-R-O, is the book of hidden knowledge, and then you continue to the T, tarot, could this suggest that the tarot contains hidden knowledge? Why not? I've always kind of thought that. Chris Elemental Cartomancy says, I always thought the four dudes in the corner were the four fixed signs of the zodiac. So are they both then representing of the four evangelists, Luke, Mark, John, and Matthew, and also the fixed signs of the zodiac? I mean, they do seem related, yes? Let's see. Jonathan, the Latin letters spell the word rota, R-O-T-I, or A, R-O-T-A, which means wheel. This represents that God creation is a wheel circle that never ends. So we can read it this way, right? R-O-T-A or T-A-R-O. So interesting. I've heard a lot of talk about the different ways you can read the letters on the wheel. Oak Mama's recommending Robert M. Place's book on tarot. Well, which one? Is it the one that he wrote? I have it. The one that he wrote for the Sevenfold Mystery and the Alchemical Tarot? Or are you talking about a different one? Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio is his name. Elle says the alchemistic, one of these days, characters, Mercury equals above, air, sulfur, right? And okay, I don't know how, I need commas, Elle. I'm not gonna read it. Okay, Mercury equals above and air, sulfur. Oh, Mercury equals above and air, sulfur equals right and fire, comma, water equals below and water, salt equals left and earth. Did I say it right? I think I said it right. I think I got it. You also have the cool anagram sentence, Rhoda, Torah, Ora, Torah, Ator. Yeah, there's a lot we can dive into here, isn't there? That's why the Golden Dawn folks redid the Marseille to get all of it, says Oak Mama. Waterchild Tarot says Rhoda equals or is the wheel or cycle. Tarot, the tarot or book of thought. Orat speaks or teaches. Torah, the Torah, right? Or La, a Tor, Hathor, the goddess of love. Again, I'm not sure if I read that all the right way, but check the chat. Check the chat. Jonathan says the wheel is golden. This is often seen as a symbol of the sun. In the center of the wheel, there are 8 spikes or spokes. They represent the solstices, equinoxes, and the midway points between them. Waterchild Tarot says, or the wheel of tarot speaks the law of Hathor, or the cycle of tarot teaches the law of love. Emily says, I have a book by Robert M. Place on symbology of the tarot. All right, and then Chris Barely Balanced says, 4 evangelists, Ezekiel's vision, 4 elements, zodiac, so much wrapped up in these 4 symbols, same as the world card. Exactly. Jenna's threatening y'all again. Best pay attention. She's had no sleep. You don't know what she'll do. Emily says Rachel Pollack covers it pretty well, but I forget it all as soon as I put the book down. It's hard when you are there's so much to learn, and this is why I think no matter how long I spend with the tarot, there will always be so much more to learn, and I get so much from these. I can't wait to watch many of them back. Yeah. I'm gonna get my grammar pen out here in a minute. Jonathan, on top of the wheel is a sphinx, which is a symbol of the guardian of life's secrets. The notion goes back to the riddle of the sphinx. White Tree Tarot says Waite referred to the sphinx as representing inner balance, and its purpose is to maintain eternal movement of the fluid universe, and that is the reason there are sphinxes on the Chariot card also, right? Because that card's definitely about maintaining control and balance. Oh, I just can't get good stuff these days. I love you, Elle. Thank you for all that you do for me and Tarot Playdate. Elle, the threefold circle, 3 circles together with its center, the hub. So here, these 3 centers or 3 circles, right? And then the little one in the middle. Together with the center of the hub, there are 4 stages of expansion. It has to do with multiplicity and unity with the inner and outer worlds, microcosm and macrocosm. And that just takes things to a whole nother level. John T. says, Waite wrote that the Sphinx is a function to maintain constant perpetual motion of a fluidic universe. It's deep. Isn't it? Like, I feel like I need a drink for this, and it's still morning here. Wow. Of course, then I wouldn't retain anything, so it's probably not a good idea. Oak Mama says, this is why I'm hoping the history behind it will help stuff stick, right? Because it is just so much to learn. Thank you, Wendy. Elizabeth, these play dates make it a little easier, thank God, with every card meaning, right? I mean, I love and all the different perspectives that you bring. We have people who have been reading tarot for years and years, and we have people who are newer to tarot, and I love getting the fresh perspectives, the esoteric perspectives, the practical perspectives. I don't think Robin's here today, but sometimes he does a really great job of just looking at the card and sort of throwing out what he sees, right? Doesn't the High Priestess have tarot on her scroll book? Yes. Yes, she does. Or is it Torah? Oh no. I have it right here. But yes, I think she does. There's the magician, the high priestess. Yeah, Torah. T-O-R-A. Wait, am I reading that right? Yeah. T-O-R-A. Let's see if you get it really close. Come on, priestess. Maybe it doesn't like that my left hand is holding it up, but that it says T-O-R-A upside down there. Did we talk about the snake yet? So Elle brought some stuff about the snake from the book, but what are your thoughts, Donna? Do you have some? Elle mentioned that it represents Seth. That's right. Jonathan, what's interesting about this is that the books are blank. This can represent that with fortune, you can't calculate what will happen or learn anything that can prevent it. Oh, so kind of taking the opposite, meaning you can study all you want, you can prepare all you want, but that change is still going to happen regardless of what you learn. Is that kind of on the right track? I sort of took it my own way there, but Elle says the spokes and hub of the wheel. Spokes are paths from the inside to the outside and vice versa. The double task to grow beyond oneself and discover the world, to withdraw into oneself and find inner self. So there we have kind of a different meaning of the spokes versus the equinoxes and solstices, right? Same letters, though backwards, says Emily. Look at the books. They're blank. Yeah, they totally are. There's not even a squiggle on any of those books, right? Patrice says, continuously writing the book as we go. I like that. And so maybe that's where that discussion of like sort of predetermined fate and destiny, we still have the opportunity to write our story. Val says, in the Venetian tarot, one of the characters is an actor, and the author says the actor is changing the script in the middle of the play. And this reminds us that we can change the direction. You know, a lot of people talk about when you get a tarot reading, you know, that's really based on exactly where you're at right now and the trajectory that you're on, but you have the opportunity to change that, which could completely change the outcome, especially as you have more information or as you rewrite your story. Patrice says, it's like an Etch-a-Sketch. It's erased as quickly as we write it. Oh, that's really interesting to think on. Water Child Tarot, not intended by Wade Smith, but it's also the Eightfold Path in Buddhism. Ooh, what is? Did I miss the lead into that? Or maybe we just can't read those books. Yeah, maybe those books are above us. We're not meant to understand. I was having a really interesting conversation with a friend of mine about, you know, what it is that we're actually meant to understand. And our tiny little human brains cannot possibly grasp all that there is to grasp, right? Oh, just the 8 spokes. Oh, but that's still a lead in. I get you now. Okay. Thank you. Jonathan says, I learned that the snake represents the god Typhon. Snakes are often a symbol of wisdom and transformation, as well as eternal youth. Being on the descending side of the wheel, the unfavorable side. Okay, he's got more to come. In the meantime, Elle says, books and wings, human beings can learn from the experiences of others. Existing solutions, one's own and others' experiences of success and failure equals the stuff of which we make our own wings. So we can learn both from our own experiences and the experiences of others. Like, this is why I tell my child, don't do what I did in this particular case. Learn from the things that I did so that you don't have to go around that particular wheel, you know? So with regard to the snake on the unfavorable side, Jonathan says, we must learn to be flexible, adapt to the new change, and prepare for the transformation when we come to the ascending side, right? So we need to be ready. So we're shedding our skin here perhaps, so we can kind of begin anew as we come up the other side. All right, who's ready for some alternate cards, which this should be interesting to see how much variety we get in my randomly chosen decks here in advance of Playdate. And we can answer some of our questions. But I feel like this card is probably going to end up being really appropriate for a lot of the questions that were asked. And I'm going to take one more sip of water. I'm just going to pull these in the order that they're on my table. So the first one, I expect we'll see something a little bit different, is the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian Wilde, Jillian C. Wilde to be specific. Let's see what we've got here for the wheel. Oh, I've got my, wait. There we go. Oh no, it's not in order. Okay, I'm so sorry. I had friends over. Well, I had a friend over yesterday, and I forgot to order my decks last night. Chat amongst yourselves about all that is the wheel while I find our wheel card in the Naked Heart Tarot. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, here we go. And I do have her book here in case we want to dive into that a little bit as well. Sean calls it the roller coaster card. Yes. All right, so here is the Wheel of Fortune in the Naked Heart Tarot. So we see some similar elements, but I'm going to bring it up close so you can take a nice good look at it here. There we go. Interesting. So we have these different zodiac signs. So here we don't have the letters, but we have the directions and some elements here, perhaps. I think the wings are really cool. And does anybody know what that constellation is down there? All right. That didn't take too long. Chris Yao, Barely Balanced, says the Rider-Waite-Smith wheel isn't my fave. I do love when artists depict a spider web, spinning wheel, the three fates, or the Norns. So it's interesting. Let's see if I have any of those in my cards or in my decks today that I chose. Sandra says, I used to have this deck but found it difficult to read with. Emily says, elemental representation or elementals representative of the signs. Those symbols definitely are zodiac, says Aquarius Owl. I think they are the same zodiac signs, right, as we have here. I think it was the crab legs that kind of got me. Because wouldn't that be Cancer? Jupiter. Oh, this down here is Jupiter? Thank you. Appreciate that. Jonathan says the four corners represent Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. So this one still has those represented. A Scorpio, not a crab, a scorpion. I gotcha. Yes, maybe it's a scorpion clause for Scorpio. I always think of the tail when I think of a scorpion. So I guess that's what that's what does it for me. My left, Jen. The one on the left looks like an alien. Yeah, this one here, like the skull. But is that the bull skull? Perhaps. No, we have the bull there for Taurus. And then, oh, maybe it's a lion skull for Leo. Why won't you focus? Okay, and then Aquarius. Our little tentacles here. Is that how a lion skull? So we have the lion skull, we have the bull, we have the scorpion, and we have Aquarius. That looks very tentacly to me. So, yeah, I'm very good at animals. Shane would be appalled if he were here. I don't know where he got it. So, those are eagle feet, the higher octave of, oh, eagle feet. Now I'm just confused. Well, we got some wings here. So, oh my gosh. Aquarius is the pitcher of water. There's a pitcher of water? Oh, is that what that is? It looks like tentacles to me. Is that water coming out? Okay. This is why I have you all here. Clearly, I can't be trusted to do this by myself. All right, there we go. So T-Cat says, with the Wheel of Fortune, we may not always see the bigger picture and how good luck plays a role there. Whatever looks like a misfortune to us at first may turn a lucky strike later on. Are those bird wings holding the wheel? Well, I mean, they look like eagle wings to me. Yep, oh, trust me, I was grabbing this book. Like, I cannot struggle or watch you guys or make you guys watch me struggle anymore because that's just mean. All right, so let's see what the book says here about the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, luck, change, and movement is guided from above with the use of the fixed zodiac signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, representing stability within movement. The inner wheel shows the four alchemical elements that are essential for growth and advancement. Reading clockwise from the top are salt, mercury, water, and sulfur. The wheel is wrapped up in the wings of an angel, and celestial stars surround the outer layer of the wheel. They both signify universal energy that is available to all, and you are being embraced during this time. I feel like I am being hugged by these angel wings, right? So not eagle wings, angel wings. So how many of you like totally understood all of the elements on this card? I cannot raise my hand. No, I cannot. All right. Let's see here. Water tentacles, fantastic. See, I am such an authority, right? This is why I do not claim to be, because I know better. Jonathan, Jupiter and the wheel is a perfect pairing because Jupiter is the planet of good luck, success, and generosity. Jupiter is also connected with the concept of expansion, abundance, and wealth. Donna, is it angel wings? Question mark. Well, that's what Jillian says. So that's certainly the intent. Although they do look very animal-like, but that's the whole theme of her deck, right? It's all very animal-based. This is the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian C. Wilde. Mindy. Okay, nope, none. Nope, none. No. Oh. Okay, when I asked, I was like, what are y'all answering? Oh, when I asked if you got all the symbols. Okay, I feel a little better. It's not just me because I was feeling a little mocked. Elle, I'm looking at you. All right, not everybody's getting this card, not getting the same impressions and understanding that maybe you get from this one. I mean, we like to be challenged here in Tarot Playdate, don't we? What animal wings would you have guessed? I would have guessed eagle wings. I mean, I totally would. Like, look at the feathers on that, right? They're also encompassing seems more otherworldly than just bird wings, right? So that does make sense that it's more angelic, right? And there is that connection to the divine that we were talking about earlier, with this all being up in the sky and in the clouds and no people. All right, so it wasn't just me that thought eagle wings. And there's an eagle on the Rider-Waite-Smith. Yes, exactly. Right? You get me. Alana says maybe the alien. Is that an alien? I think we decided that's a lion's skull. But let's see what you say here. Represents that higher being of ourselves when we are not in human form. That may be what we look like to others who are not awakened to their higher consciousness. Ooh, I love how you're diving into that and just really embracing what you see in the card, though, Alana. I think that's very cool. Sean says it looks native and not angelic. I get what you're saying there for sure. So shall we answer our first question? So this is from Richard Longman Tarot. How can we best reassure and calm the people we meet this week? Oh, I feel like we can answer that with this card. Like that reassurance, right? With the hug that's happening here with the wings around the wheel. It's being able to let people know that whatever changes they or we are experiencing, I realized I had bent this card, which is really unfortunate. Okay, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But we can all take comfort in the fact that, or we can comfort others through change, right? Changes that they are experiencing by supporting one another, right? So maybe there's something there. So Aquarius Owl, hug them. Fairly Balanced Tarot says, this too shall pass, simple and sweet and true, right? So that's another way we can reassure people. It's just letting them know this, you're not going to be stuck here forever. I was in a position last night where I was with a friend and I think I said those exact words. It's, this will get better. You know, you won't be living in this moment forever. You know, that is one thing that I know I can promise. Emily says, perhaps is meant to look both divine and earthly simultaneously. Yeah, Elle says, take them under your wing. Oak Mama says, I thought the wings were coming out of the wheel. Yeah, I mean, maybe. To me, they feel wrapped around, but I can see what you're saying there. Justin Michael, hello. Nice to see you. Jonathan said, the wheel is ever turning, nothing is static. Mindy says, I like the idea that the wheel is a snitch from Harry Potter. All right, let's see. Any other thoughts on this? I mean, I do. I think the idea of supporting them, reassuring them that the changes happen, you know, that they're going to get through this moment, things are going to change, is a way that we can reassure people and help calm them down, especially if they're in a place of stress or overwhelm or whatever that might be. This is your personality card, Justin. You're not the only one. I think we have a few of those here today. All right, any other thoughts on this before we move on to the next one? Kathy says, allowing them to feel the constant change of growth. We are never stagnant. Yes. Some people fear change, but this feels like comforting change, right? Comforting them through that change. Let me move this one aside. All right, so now let reality be reality. Don't fight it. This is how it is right now, right? So also encouraging acceptance. Ooh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, I gotta not kick that because I know it's always louder on the thing than, let's see. This is my ginormous water thing because I need to drink more water. So I got a big 40 ounce. I know it's like as big as me. So I need to be hydrated so I can make it through Tarot Playdate today. I already had my coffee today, so at least that's not full of coffee. You can be thankful for that because that would be something. Okay. All right, so this is the Tetragrammaton Luxe by Ciro Marchetti. So you know you can expect some bold, bright colors. I know he likes to bring astrology into it. So this is going to go a very different way than our last card did. What do you think of this one? Jonathan had some advice too on the last question. Be where you are, embrace the good and learn from the bad. I love the moon phases at the top of this card. All right, so there we have our lion. Now this is interesting. We have a monkey. And then on that side, what the heck is that on? Oh, is that a bunny? We have a bunny. And then, okay. And then I almost thought that was CM for Ciro Marchetti on the bottom there. That's interesting. What do you all think here? All right, Oak Mama says it's gorgeous. Barely Balanced says, if I keep a jug of cold water near me all day, I'm more likely to reach for it than something else. Exactly, right? I'm trying to be better. No, I do not fill this mug with coffee. That would be so dangerous. All right, Wendy says, love this card. Mindy says, I always like Chico's wheels, Ciro's wheels, no matter what I think of the rest of the deck, he always has pretty wheels. Yeah, sometimes he can get a bit fantastical with his artwork, but this is really pretty. Yeah, I thought it was CM for his initials. Oh, it's right side up. This is what happens when you look in the freaking viewfinder. Yeah, so it's it. I mean, at least I would have thought it would have been a little egotistical had he put it at the top of the wheel. So maybe it's good that it's at the bottom. But it's interesting here we don't have the same astrological fixed signs of the zodiac that we see in the other cards, right? Alana says, I was just thinking about that the other day. The whole concept of aliens, extraterrestrial beings, or what we are in soul form and before and after our human journey. Oh, you were having some deep thoughts there, Alana. I love that it looks like your roulette wheel, says Sage Advice Shared, right? So